How's it going, guys? I want to talk today about patch 1.4.1 for Warhammer Online. Now, this was released on March 1st for all live European and North American servers. And there's two reasons I really want to go over this. The first being, a lot of people who maybe have quit War, say, a year ago, might want to come back and see what the game's like now. Because one of the most common questions I always get in comments and PMs is, hey, what's War like now? Is it worth resubscribing? What's the RvR like? So a lot of this, what I want to talk about today, will cover that. Second of all, as well, this is quite a major patch, and it's one of my favourite patches as well. It's very exciting. I think it's a really good patch. I think it's the start of many good patches to come as well. So let's get started. Alright, so the first thing I want to go over is they have, one of the biggest changes is they've reduced the renown rank requirements for armor sets, starting with Annihilator all the way up to Warlord. What they have done is they've essentially just reduced each one down. So Decimator, Obliterator and Devastator is still the same as it's always been, but Annihilator Gear is now available to wear at level 25 and renown rank 25, and the last piece is available to wear at renown rank 29. Conqueror Gear is now available to wear at level 35 and available at renown ranks 30 to 35. Invader Gear is now available to wear at level 39 and available at renown ranks 40 to 45. I'll go over in a sec why you can wear that high renown rank than your level. That's another change that they've done, but I'll go over that in a sec. And finally, Warlord Gear is available at level 40, renown ranks 54 to 60. So essentially what they've done is they've just moved each armor set down a step. A few reasons they did this is because players are advancing in renown ranks much more than used to be, especially with these RvR packs, which increase the amount of renown you get. And therefore, they would get to that level, and they're constantly being farmed in higher tiers by people with better gear. So it's on the way, not quite, but it is on the way to solving the gear gap issues, which started in 1.4. So the next thing they've done is they've added a new set as well. This set, again, is meant to solve the gear gap between Warlord and Sovereign. This new set's called Worn Sovereign. It's essentially, it looks exactly the same as Sovereign gear. And essentially it's got the same stats as Sovereign, but the only difference is that all the stats are reduced by 4. So, for example, for a chopper, if one of the cloaks has got, if one of the set bonuses has got 85 strength, Worn Sovereign will have 81 strength. And same with all the stats on the armor as well. And that's available from level 40, renown rank 61, I believe. 61, sorry. All the way up to renown rank 66, I believe. And then Sovereign, Doomplayer and Warpforged are staying the same. Another major change they've done as well is they've made all these armor sets available to buy with gold now via a merchant called Black Market Merchant. Now these merchants are in the less populated areas of each of the cities. For destruction, as you can see on the map, it's right near the Salem dungeons where I did that Easter egg tutorial for machinima. It's right near there. And for order, as you can see on the map, it is by the docks on the boat, and you can see all the different armor sets, and these are available for gold. But note that if you go to buy these armor sets from the medallion merchants, they are not available to buy for gold. You still have to use crests to buy them, so do be aware of that. Do remember that you have to go to this black market merchant to buy the sets with gold. The sets that are available to buy with gold all the way up to Worn Sovereign. Sovereign and above still needs to be bought with crests and medallions as well, so do be aware of that. But anything else now can be bought with gold, which again I think is a really good idea. And the main reason they've done this, I think, is because with them adding more crests, Doomflayer and Warpforged crests and medallions, a lot of the time it was very hard to acquire the crests, especially such as Conqueror and Warlord and Invader crests. Since 1.4, they have barely dropped as well, and because more and more people are getting to Renown Rank 90 and Renown Rank 100, they're dropping Doomflayer and Warpforged crests more, and there's less people dropping these Conqueror, Invader and Warlord crests. So I think it's really nice that they've done that, and I'm really liking the new Worn Sovereign armor set as well. Another thing they've done is to reduce the cost of scenario weapons again, this time quite greatly. As you can see, you notice the difference mostly with the royal weapons, two-handers and one-handers, much easier to get. Again, because, you know, like for example my server, Destruction never really win any scenarios. We're always being farmed by order premates, because on Carrick Norn it's mostly just Puggy Destruction versus order pre-made guilds, and that's pretty much all it is. So it's easier for us to acquire the weapons, and they've done it anyway as well, because the emblems are quite hard to get, or harder than the royal quests anyway, so I think that's pretty nice. The next major change they've done is they've moved around the scenarios a bit, added some, took away some. I'm going to go through what they are. Tier 1 scenarios, still Gates of Ekrund and Nordland. Tier 2 scenarios is Gates of Ekrund, Morkane Temple and Stone Troll Crossing. Tier 3 is Gates of Ekrund, Morkane Temple, Tor Anrock and Reichland Factory. And Tier 4 is one of the biggest changes. Tier 4, you now have Gates of Ekrund scenario, Morkane Temple, Tor Anrock, Maw of Madness, Reichland Hills and Serpent's Passage. So they're all the tiers. They're all these scenarios in the how they are now. Again, I'll put them up on the screen so you can see what's going on. Another major change as well, the battle objectives in Tier 1, they've increased the level of the guards. So it's harder to take them solo, basically. Also, Skaven bosses in Thackrell's Incursion do not take any damage from morale abilities anymore. So morale damaging abilities don't do anything to them at all. Finally, the major change as well is the layout editor. They have made it so you can now choose to hide all the windows as well, and also the text box window is also editable in the layout editor as well. So they're just some of the major changes that have happened in patch 1.4.1. I mean, like I say, I'm really excited about this as well. And during this week, since it's been released, there's a 100% renown point bonus, experience bonus, and influence bonus on all servers. So if you're looking to come back, now's the time. You know, I'm really excited. I'm glad that they've reduced the renown requirements for the gear, because now I'm gonna be encouraged to go out and level some of my alts more. Again, I'm glad they've made it buyable with gold, because I don't know if you've ever had the same thing, but on my Bright Wizard, I remember when I was renown rank 45 on that and I could have worn Conqueror gear, but I couldn't because I didn't have I had enough medallions, but crests, I only had about 20 crests, and I needed hundreds for it, and they just weren't dropping since 1.4 because all that I was getting was royals and above. And this was really annoying because I could wear that gear, but I physically couldn't get it. So I'm glad they've done that. I'm really happy to see that change, because that was really annoying. It's similar to, as well, to like how World of Warcraft is now, whereas in that you have your level and then you have those honor points to get your gear. Same in this now, you have your level and you need the renown points now. So I'm glad they've done that. It's made it much more enjoyable to play. They've also made a lot of other changes, general bug fixes and stuff, and class changes. I'm not going to go through them all because there is a lot. But what I am going to do, if you'd like to see all the patch notes, just click the description, the little description box to extend it, and all the patch notes will be in the description box. If I can't fit them on there by any chance, though, then they will be either on my channel, or I'll do a separate video going over them in written. Because they haven't actually got a link on their website to the patch notes anymore for this. So I'm going to have to do that, but hopefully I can fit it in the description so you can see what's going on with all the class changes as well. Some of the major changes they've done is for Engineer, Magus, they've done Warrior Priest and Dark, and also some to Sorks and Bright Wizards. They've done some to most of the classes in the game, to be honest. And they get, like I say, more general changes and bug fixes with RvR and stuff. So I'm really happy with this patch. I think it's one of the better patches that Mythic have done. And I think it's the start of many good patches to come to improve the game and make it more enjoyable and less grindy. So I hope you all enjoyed this video anyway. Like I say, click the description to see the full list of patch notes. And other than that, guys, I will see you later. Bye.